Ruben Amorim's time at Manchester United has been marked by a curious contrast in results. Against some of the biggest teams in Europe and the strongest sides in the Premier League, he has managed to earn impressive victories that have given supporters belief that he could guide the club back to the top. Wins at places such as the Etihad and a penalty triumph over Arsenal highlighted his tactical ability to rise to the occasion against elite opposition. However, that success has not translated to fixtures against mid-table Premier League sides, where United's performances have repeatedly faltered. Since Amorim took over in November, he has faced 14 league matches against teams that eventually finished between 7th and 17th in the table. The record from those matches makes for grim reading, with only 2 victories, 2 draws, and 10 defeats, leaving United with a meager tally of 8 points from a possible 42. The match against Fulham followed this disappointing pattern. United took the lead with a goal clouded in controversy after Lenny Yoro pushed Calvin Bassey in the build-up, but instead of capitalizing, they allowed Fulham to dominate for much of the game, with Marco Silva's side ultimately looking the stronger and more assured team. While United struggle for consistency, elsewhere in the league Jack Grealish has enjoyed a fresh start at Everton under David Moyes. After 2 frustrating years at Manchester City where his role often felt restricted, the on-loan winger has been given simple but liberating instructions from his new manager to attack defenders, carry the ball forward, and use his natural flair. Grealish responded in style on his Everton debut, producing 2 assists in a sparkling performance that reminded fans of his best form and silenced critics who questioned his hunger and commitment. Moyes has openly expressed hope that he can revive the Grealish who dazzled during City's treble-winning season, and early signs suggest that the 29-year-old is determined to prove he still has the ability to influence Premier League matches. Another manager making an impression is Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace, who has continued to deploy his favored 3-4-2-1 formation with considerable success. Palace appear well drilled in the system, using wing-backs to stretch the pitch and create openings. Their goal against Nottingham Forest highlighted how effective the formation can be when executed properly, with both Tyrick Mitchell and Daniel Munoz playing key roles in the build-up before Ismaila Sarr provided the finishing touch. Tottenham, meanwhile, celebrated a fine win over Manchester City with RICHARLISON once again making the difference. The Brazilian forward, who has often faced speculation about his future with rumors linking him to potential departures, made it clear after the game that he has no desire to leave Spurs. He spoke about his determination to prove himself, his focus on contributing to the team, and his ambition to build on his current form. Having also scored twice against Burnley in the previous match, RICHARLISON looks like a striker reborn under new manager Thomas Frank. At Arsenal, Mikel Arteta has added a new weapon to his tactical arsenal in the form of an aggressive counterpress. The approach caused Leeds serious problems, leading directly to Bukayo Saka's opening goal. The sequence involved Martin Zubimendi and Declan Rice pressing high to win the ball before quickly transitioning into attack, a strategy that promises to help Arsenal turn narrow leads into more decisive victories. After dropping points last season from cautious play, this evolution in style could be crucial in their title push. Fulham continued their strong start to the season with another 1-1 draw, this time against United at Craven Cottage. What made the result particularly satisfying for Fulham fans was not just the fight back after going behind, but also the impact of substitute Emile Smith-Rowe, who scored just 90 seconds after coming on. This was another example of Marco Silva's knack for effective in-game adjustments, with substitutions contributing heavily to Fulham's scoring record since last season. Aston Villa's outing against Brentford told a different story. They controlled the ball with 76% possession and registered 17 shots, yet managed only 2 on target and no goals. The lack of natural width, with John McGinn and Morgan Rogers drifting inside from wide positions, left Villa predictable and easier to defend against. Emery's side clearly needs reinforcements on the wings, with new signing Evan Gesand offering glimpses of promise but not enough time on the pitch to change the game. Bournemouth, despite losing more than £200 million worth of talent in the transfer window, have adapted remarkably well under Andoni Iraola. They secured a solid victory over Wolves with several new signings already integrated into the squad. While the team is still finding chemistry, Iraola has kept them disciplined and organized, ensuring continuity despite the changes. Players like Amin Adli and Eli Jr. Krupi are still bedding in, but early performances suggest they will add depth and quality once fully settled. Burnley, on the other hand, look destined for a season-long relegation battle, though manager Scott Parker appears ready to build his team's survival hopes on discipline, work rate, and collective effort. Against Sunderland they showed commitment but lacked cutting edge, with Hannibal Mejbri epitomizing their fighting spirit by pressing relentlessly and disrupting opponents. The Tunisian midfielder, once blocked at Manchester United, is determined to prove himself at Premier League level, and his energy could prove vital in Burnley's struggle. The same cannot be said for West Ham, who under Graham Potter are in disarray. His attempt to impose a possession-based style has left the team exposed, with a slow midfield easily overrun and a defense that cannot cope with set pieces or crosses. Their defeats to Sunderland and Chelsea have highlighted a lack of intensity, poor organization, and a worrying absence of fight. Unless Potter quickly changes approach, abandoning expansive football in favor of resilience and grit, West Ham risk being cut adrift at the bottom. After 2 rounds of matches, the league table shows Arsenal and Tottenham leading the way with perfect records, while Chelsea and Nottingham Forest sit close behind. Liverpool and Manchester City have also picked up early wins, but Manchester United languish in 16th place with only a single point, reflecting their ongoing inconsistency. At the bottom, West Ham remain pointless, already looking like candidates for a long and difficult season ahead.